how would you like to make your first million? And today we have Vasily Petrenko with
Vas-
us, which
Vasily?
is the founder of Another World, and he's a great entrepreneur, and he has a business that has several franchises all over the world. And I have the pleasure to meet him personally. So, Vasily, tell us, what are the 5 steps you recommend entrepreneurs in order to make the first million?
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Hello, Harry. Hello. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast. So, yeah, that's actually an interesting question. I would like to, give you some secret recipe, but I think there are no things that I can tell you, like a special pill or whatever that you can just take and become a million tomorrow. But I think there are certain steps that you definitely need to make to increase the possibility of making this happen. So first of all, in my opinion, if you have some idea, you have to try it. But do not put all of your time and money into this idea in terms of like making the ideal product. Because first of all, it is just your idea, and you really don't know if it's gonna be working or not. So you at least need to create MVP, what is called minimal valuable product, and try to sell it to somebody. This is how I actually started a few of my businesses. We did something small and we tried, even like our first VR arena we had no virtual reality game. We had only 2-minute demo. We came to the conference, we showed it to people, and they liked it so much that we signed a contract, and we had an obligation that we have to finish the game in the next 6 months. And we did it. So first of all, try to create the like part of the product, show it to people, pitch them, and yeah, try to sell it and get their opinion, get and listen to their opinion to understand like what are they are telling you, and from that point you will understand if it's kind of worth it or not. The second step, after you make your product, you need to always make mistake. Don't forget, don't be afraid of making mistakes. That's a really like the best part if you're kind of doing those. But the thing is that you have to make the right conclusions and pivot your product, pivot your strategy, and make it better. So in this case, this is how you improve yourself and your product. Then to make it better, the first step is just track the results, track every number, count everything that you have in your business regarding sales, marketing, reviews, feedback from the customers, feedback from the partners, like everything. So we like this is the businesses should be, in my opinion, like a science approach. So you are making experiments every day. You have the hypothesis. You're checking something. You're changing a little thing in your business, in your product. You're getting it better or worse. You don't know. You just need to try, and then to get the right result, you need to track everything. So in every part of your business. Then the fourth step, I think, again, by making mistakes and improving your product, you need to find out how to scale it. So if we are talking about building a company and raising millions or earning millions, you need to scale it anyway. So your first product won't be, there is a slight possibility that you will sell it for $1 million, right? So then, but you need to find a way of how to scale it. And I think the last step is to repeat again from the second step. So again, make mistake, pivot, track result, and find the hypotheses that work and scale it. So this is how we do in all of our businesses every time. So I think that's it.
Vasily, out of the 500 millionaires that we interview in this podcast, 1 out of 5 are property millionaires, and the other 1 out of 5 are tech entrepreneurs and millionaires. So, is that easy to become a tech millionaire? Tell us what is the good the bad and the ugly, right? I mean, clearly the statistics of this podcast is reflecting that real estate and tech are the two most powerful vehicles to build wealth because a high rate uh, is showing up, right? So tell us again, because you've been there and you built your company from scratch and you have a lot of franchises on the you built all over the world. So is that easy to become a tech millionaire or what are the challenges? Good, bad, and ugly.
Um, of course, it's not. You know, there is a statistics. Actually, I need to check right now, but I remember that previously it was told that only 1 from 10 startups are succeeding. So 90% are failing. So definitely it's
Exactly.
not
Nobody talks about this the failing rate.
of
Yeah, could be
course,
a
of
lot
course.
of millions in tech. Oh, it will a lot of millions. Yeah, it's a lot of millions, but nobody talk about loads
There
and
are
loads
there
that
there are a
didn't.
lot of success stories. You know, people like to show in the Instagram happy life and stuff like that. But me personally, I like to talk about fails. I like to talk about mistakes because this is when you are improving. This is how you could go better. I think I'm even overreacting on that thing too much. You know, I do triathlon, I run a lot. So, and you know, you are running half Ironman or stuff like that. You are finishing, you did a great result. And the second moment, I'm already thinking like, where could I improve? Like what I could do better. That's a bad thing about that. So you need to find a golden middle. So from my perspective, I'm always trying to search the ideal, and that's my curse, you know. And right now, I'm trying to, you know, live my life in a little bit of trying to find this golden middle. But yes, it is hard. Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurs fail. Somebody just, you know, getting back to their common life. Or but I think if you're entrepreneur inside, you will find more ideas, you will try again and again, and yeah, out of your 10 attempts, the one will be successful. And actually, I read a lot of books and I came to that by myself. You know, there is a such a term or word, luck. So everybody's telling like he is lucky. He got lucky that he met this guy. He met the investor. He got lucky that he made his first sale or whatever. So in my opinion, luck, you can control your luck. And how you do that? Basically, luck is just a possibility. So what it means that you will have like just again luck. You will have the like 10% of the cases you will be successful, right? So it means that you need to try 100 times to get at least 10 good results. So in this case, if you're making 100 pitches, if you are talking to 100 potential clients and leads, if you are doing 100 different advertising, if you have 100 different ideas of the product, it means, okay, maybe not 10%, maybe somewhere it will be 1, 2%, maybe somewhere it will be 20% of luck. And you will get some good results. Of course, if you try something once and you fail, that's nothing. So, and yeah, you can sit down and tell yourself, "Oh, I'm unlucky. I didn't get the same achievement that this other guy did." But the thing is that this other guy tried 100 attempts to achieve that, and one attempt was lucky. So that's it. So there is no word such a luck. There is only continuous work that you could do, and then you can control it.
Also, Vasily, like there is a formula, okay, or there is series of steps that if you get it wrong, then you reduce your chances to succeed. And let's start with this concept, which it calls MVP, minimum viable product, where most of the tech companies out there that fails, this is what they do, right? They create an MVP. Everybody forget the M, right? That a minimum viable product. They create a huge elephant. They put a lot of money. They take the money from the family, friends, remortgage the house, and let's build this huge technology that's gonna change the world. And then I go there, but to whom you gonna sell it? And they say, well, don't worry about it. This is different. Uh, this technology is so good, it will save by itself. Just let's put more money in the development. So there is not an MVP anymore. There is a big elephant, and then after the company run out of resources and energy and time, and now they have a big elephant. Now they want to go to the VC to find funding to sell it. And then the VC is looking at me and say, Harry, look, they cannot even sell it themselves, and it's too big anyway. So they want my money to learn how to sell that thing that we don't know even if somebody wanted, which is something totally different that you did. In fact, you didn't even finish the game, and you managed to pre-sell the idea to and then execute, which is and but very little, very few tech entrepreneurs do exactly what you did. And those ones that you do this in that following this formula succeed. But I haven't heard about any story yet of those companies that put a lot of fund resources creating this huge thing. Basically, in the tech space, we have the software developers that what they like is to write code and to create these big engines and to build and start up at the beginning, you need to have product market fit. You need to test first what the client wants. So tell us
I have a
how what happened,
yeah, I have some idea about that actually. So
or what can you
first of all,
recommend? What message do you have for the startup founders that are struggling with this?
yeah, first of all, you have to love.
Before they spend 250,000 and whatever and okay.
I have a solution for you. So yes, of course, you
Good,
have
good.
to love your product. You have to love what you're doing, but you have to be cautious about that because if you dive too much into that, this is exactly what you said. You will spend all of your money, take a loan, the money of all your friends, family, and we'll try to find an investor. In my opinion, so even though I've worked with the investors before, but I don't like to spend money my own or somebody else's. It doesn't matter. I like to show the result. I like to run the business as a business so that you see the revenue, you see the profit. So the business should be profitable. This is why we are making that. Of course, we create something that makes the world better. But if we are losing too much money, we will just shut it down and it won't help anybody. So the solution for that is just, keep calm. Even though you love your idea, do not run too fast into it. And there is the advice is very simple. Actually, I read many years ago, I think, I read the book, and I think that's the for each entrepreneur that's the must-have book on their table. I think it's called the Mom Test from the Rob Fitzpatrick. This is the book about customer development. So, how to ask the right questions from your clients and to understand if they are like interested in your product. And it is called the Mom Test because the main idea of the book is that you have to ask the questions to your mom because our moms, our parents, they will always tell us not the truth, right? They will give us more positive feedback. So we have to ask such a right questions so that we could get the honest opinion, even from our friends, families, and the parents. And this book, actually, when I was reading that, I remember that I was not thinking only about the customer development, but the whole business building process by itself, so that it should be adapted this way. You have to ask yourself the right question. You have to ask the market the right question, and then from that perspective, you can understand like, does my okay this idea does it worth it or not, or should I make any changes? And again, yeah, make a little steps. Whereas always uh, because it's so controversial. Then you want to build, you have some crazy idea and you want to build a business. You are diving into that and you are doing like everything. You're spending hours, but then if at your office work you have some very tough, I don't know, challenge, tough task, and you don't know like, and you're procrastinating. You're sitting and like you don't want to do that because it's too big. So, and how do we solve that problem? We divide this big challenge into the small little tasks, and little by little you can do whatever you want. So the same with the business. Do not aim to the stars. No, of course, in your mind, in your soul, you have to do that. You have to love your product, but do that with little steps. Do that prioritizing. Do not dive into some big challenges. First try little things, and after you did something, get a feedback, get a review, ask yourself, ask everybody around about how it works. Right now we are still developing new products, we're developing new games for the VR, we're
Oh
developing
wow,
new ideas.
wow.
Yeah, of course. Like it's 7 years already. This company, 8 years, 8 years. We own this company already, and we founded in 2018. And we still develop new games. We develop infrastructure around the product. We still testing different hypotheses. We are aiming to the new markets. Basically, I have other companies as well, and we're developing new ideas and new concepts for family entertainment centers. So we are constantly, every day, every week, we are creating something new, new ideas. And yes, if I would create the idea of a $1 million park and I would go and build it, and if it would fail, then tomorrow I would be bankrupt. So first, I have a concept, I have the idea, I talk to
Mm-hmm,
people, I talk
mm-hmm,
to my existing clients, I talk to my
mm-hmm.
potential clients, we kind of negotiate about them. So don't be afraid that your idea will be stolen. No, it's not like that. It doesn't work this way.
This I
Nobody
agree
cares
with you
about.
100%. Because it takes a lot to execute. But Vasily, the other question, because you are the McDonald's for the VR, right? And sometimes the entrepreneur doesn't know uh, which business they are really are, right? So I would like to ask the question to you: which
Mhm.
business are you really are? Because saying your business, you can say that you are in the franchise business. You can say that you are in the entertainment business. You can say that you are in the game developer business. You can say that you are in the tech business. So, what business uh, are you really are in your business in particular? And what message do you have for tech entrepreneurs out there to think outside the box? That sometimes it's not only software what people want. Sometimes it's an
Exactly.
experience. Sometimes it's like that, and you have to be able to people look out of the 500 million we interview Vasily. No one had come yet to his podcast telling me, Harry, guess what? I invented this product like this, and exactly how I invented. I sold it, and I become a multimillionaire. No one yet had come with this story. Everybody had come,
Uh,
look, I have this pro, then we iterate, and then we did this, and we did that, and then we change and pivot and pivot and pivot, and eventually something works and I become a millionaire. That's what everybody, we have 500 stories like this. But so, what business do you are you really in? And what message do you have for fellow tech founders like you to see more widely in the business model, because maybe they can find the product market fit faster if they are more open and think in a 360 way like you did.
mhm. That's a brilliant question, actually, Harry. Thank you for asking. And you said the absolute right thing. Like, are we in the software business development, or are we in the tech or franchise or entertainment? To be honest, I didn't realize that before. I got to this idea only like maybe a year or two ago. Uh, and I came to that actually from the other perspective. So as I said, I own multiple businesses, and they're all from the entertainment industry. So one of my companies is doing escape rooms, like classical escape rooms, not the VR, like decorations for parks and stuff like that. The other company is doing virtual reality arenas. The new concept that we're doing other type activity, physical activity entertainment centers. And from this perspective, I was sitting, and one day, even though like I was already 10 years in the market of entertainment, I realized that it doesn't matter what we are selling in terms of final product, if it's a escape room, VR arena, or activity park. for kids or adults. It doesn't matter if we are developing the software or we are developing the hardware. The thing is that uh, our business, like what we are selling exactly, our product, we are selling fun for people. We are selling them joy. We are selling them
An
the
experience,
possibility of experience, providing basically providing their time in a good way, right?
an
Because
amazing
my
experience,
clients,
Basil, a super cool experience, right?
yes, my clients are always asking me like, who are our competitors? My VR partners are asking me that. Yeah, okay, we can look and around and see other VR arenas. So this is your like direct competitors. But all of the trampoline parks, escape rooms, and others are also our competitors. But from this perspective, all of the restaurants, bars where people are going on a Friday night are also our competitors because they are providing this possibility of people having a good time in the Friday night. So in this case, it doesn't matter what my exact company sells as a final product. This is just the experience. This is just an instrument. So VR, virtual reality game, is just an instrument for us to provide a good service for our customers. So, in my opinion, my company is not kind of so. Yeah, we are in the entertainment industry, but business is about selling good service in the retail. So, and this is why what I'm telling to my franchising partners, so that yes, we are trying to do our best in terms of games, in terms of how we do the tech, but it does matter how the manager or game master who is meeting guests on the site, on the location, how he say hello, how he put the headset on them. I have a few headsets right here. So how he run the game for them, how
Wow.
he do all that kind of a stuff, that is all important. And that's kind of a thing that we came to this market from. As I said, we did escape rooms before, and VR was our just additional game, additional product for our existing client by that time. So it was just an additional game for our escape room clients. But then after we did it, some of the partners, they wanted to open the VR arena as a separate business, and then they asked for help. And they asked for help with the design, brand, booking system, CRM, website, and this is when we started to create a brand around Another World, and we became a franchise because we understood that uh, only by the game itself does not worth a lot. It is, but it's not the final solution. Final solution is the combination of the game, how your employees meet your guests, how they are taking reviews from the guests, how they are telling them goodbye, how your website looks, and all of those like tons of little details, which does matter. So yeah, this is that with the business we're in.
So, Vasily, if someone is in love with this conversation, how people can find you, how this process work?
You can Google
Or they
Another
want to
World
become your
VR.
franchise? They want to become your
Yeah, sure,
franchisees?
sure. You can Google Another World VR or Google Vasily Petrenko, and you will find me on LinkedIn or Instagram. And yeah, I'm really open to any kind of discussion. You can find a lot of videos. We are sharing. You see, like as I said, ideas and everything. I'm recording sometimes videos which are free on the YouTube about marketing of the entertainment centers, about sales, about all of that. I'm sharing. So if you want to talk to me about you have some idea, I'm really open to that, and we can discuss it. So yeah, Another World VR. Just Google it and ask for Vasily.
Thank you so much, Vasily, for the broadcast. I really appreciate it. And for all of you following the podcast Unstoppable, see you in our next episode. How brave entrepreneur like Vasily break the wall and achieve the first meeting. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.